sessions, AWS-based sessions, we need to go with cloud account, AWS account. So, how many of you have this AWS account in this?
Sir,
Yes, let me know. Please raise your hand into chat window. Means just response through chat window. Is it easy to find out? So I'm going to. Okay. Okay. So maximum students hopefully writing that they don't have a AWS account, right? Yeah. So I'm going to share my. Yeah. So number of students write a yes also now. Let me check the response. So as per response, what we observe, maximum student don't have account. Few of you have a yes, one or two have an account. So let's go with this AWS account. So that aws.amazon.com, that website you need to visit for AWS account. I share this link with you. I share this link with you into WhatsApp, this chat window. So everyone go. So very first option is that when we're going to start or learn about cloud computing, we need to experience with one of the cloud-based services. Right, we need to go with one of the cloud-based services. So here we have a list of cloud-based service providers. Can you provide a name of some cloud providers?
sir, Google Drive.
Google Drive. Okay. Google Cloud. Actually, Google Drive is a part of a cloud service. Is a microservice. Google Drive not itself a cloud service. It's a microservice. Means the total GCP have a GCP actually. Google Cloud is here GCP, and within that we have a one microservice. It's a Google Cloud service. Right. So now we are going to open. So everyone. So in very first, what we going to do, we are going to share the things, that is how you register with this Google Cloud, how you register with this Google Cloud. That things actually our sorry, how we register with any of the cloud services. So example is there when we consider this cloud services. One of the biggest cloud services, obviously, uh, AWS, Amazon Web Services. But if you ask any of the pupils who actually use computer and ask them, do you use any cloud services? And if he or she know about the cloud, they inform that yes, he or she already use, and that cloud services is that is the Google Cloud Services. Google domain they go with, right? So the next thing is that if we go with the Google Cloud, out of this Google Cloud, what are the additions of this? Means Google Cloud or another cloud here, that is GCP. Sorry, another is the Azure, right? Azure also provide the cloud services. And hopefully, you all know that Azure is actually from uh, Microsoft service. One thing is very clear that when we go with the any cloud service, this we first any industry when they going to take any service, they obviously prefer to go with one of the services within this. It may be Azure, it may be Google, it may be AWS. But number of additional companies are there. Like additional company means there is a companies like mm, Salesforce. So they are actually Adobe. They are actually specified to the particular region or services. Means microservices they only provide. Google actually provide a end to means Google, AWS, and this Azure. These are the provider overall services. All kind of cloud relevant services they are providing. So the first question is that why we prefer cloud? Why we not prefer the other cloud service? Why we prefer the cloud means why not prefer the other options? Why we prefer only cloud computing in the current scenario? What your opinion? What is the advantage of cloud computing? What do you think? Anyone have any idea what is the advantage of cloud? So can anyone tell me what is the advantage of cloud computing? Yes, anyone can tell me?
So we can restore data easily.
We can
Restore data easily.
restore data.
Yeah.
Uh,
Whatever you.
so the thing is that if we consider the two
Then
one very basic things, suppose we consider our cloud-based services like as you already informed that you prefer to go with the things you store the that what you actually going to do you actually use a Google Drive. So nowadays we are using Google Drive, but what actually we do when Google Drive not available? So we generally go with a pen drive. We store the data into pen drive. So if we consider cloud relevant to the data, if we consider cloud only relevant to the data, so obviously we need to consider these things. Yes, previously we use a pen drive. Now we are using Google Drive to store. But what actually the advantage of using this advantage of this using this pen drive means using this Google? Can you tell me what is the advantage of this? Or why we prefer to go with
so for
It's a low
security,
cost.
cost
yes?
It's a
saving.
easy to use.
So unlimited storage capacity.
Okay, so number one point is that it unlimited storage capacity. So what actually the no limitations are there, right? We don't have any limitations. So no limitations means the thing is that obviously there is some restriction imposed. Like if you say that yes, a cloud is means unlimited, that not always be true, right? Because if you go with the Google Cloud, in Google Cloud also you have some restrictions, right? So you can have a maximum pre-trade eligible limit 15 GB. If it's not if 15 GB is over, then you need to pay for the amount. The same thing happen in case of pen drive also. If you want to store a more data, you need to purchase a higher amount of storage. So obviously, how we say that is actually a advantage when we're going to use a cloud computing. Is this so? It's not advantageous in this point of view, right? Yes, or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the major main point is that when we go with the GCP or Google Drive, the thing is that if we want to store a 7 GB of data today, we have a 8 GB of pen drive, then fine. But the next day we need to store a data that is it may be a store a data that is that may be a 32 GB of data information we need to store. Now the problem arises that whenever we going to store 32 GB of data, the main issue is that with 7 GB pen drive not enough. We need to scrap this 8 GB pen drive, and again we need to purchase 32 GB pen drive. The thing is that the last time whatever we purchase, that actually we don't have any use of that. Do you got my point? The thing is that last day whatever we use, today we can't able to, means this actually is totally scrap. So hardware cost, whatever we already invest, that actually today there is a no use. That actually the biggest issue of hardware. So whatever you want to store, uh, today we don't know whatever we want to store in near future. And when we invest for a hardware, we need to think about that how much investments are required, right? How much investments are required, that actually we need to consider. Clear? So but if we go with the other things, then that's not an issue. uh, is it, do you got this point? Means if we go with the other cloud-based service, then we don't need to consider this thing. Means how much we need to invest in near future. If we go with the cloud-based service, we don't need to go it. So the main thing is that, and now the another point is that the thing of whatever amount we want to use. So suppose we want to use today 32 GB of space we require. Next day we may require a 8 GB of space. So we need to again scale out from my positions, means you just keep this other amount of space from my account. So the thing is that this concept actually called scalability. So cloud is scalable, so why we preferred. Number one point, do you got the point? What's the meaning of scalability? Do you understand the point? What is the meaning of scalability?
Yes, sir.
So scalable, whatever you want, we may scale in and scale out. So for that, in cloud computing, we have two options. So one is that vertical scaling, another is that horizontal scaling. Now the thing is that not only that, security. So if we carrying a pen drive or hard drive, we need to move one place to another place. If we're going to move, it may be a possibilities that it affected by rain, heat, anything. So maintenance. So if we go with the cloud-based system, GCP, means this Google Drive, we don't need to maintain it. Another thing is that portability. We don't carry the things from anywhere. We just log in with my account and then we can able to access it. So portability, scalability, less maintenance cost. These are the reason why we go with the cloud computing. Now the thing is that when we want to learn about the cloud computing, lots of things we need to consider, and we must need to experience with the Google, any of the cloud services. But when we're going to consider use any cloud services, every cloud services have some amount, have some charges. So they are not free. But the thing is that GCP provide a 1 month free access. Azure provide a 3 month free access. And if you have a international credit card. But this AWS provide a 1 year of a limited free access. 1 year. But you need a debit or credit international card. So first thing is that how you register with this AWS account. Go with the sign in to the console options. So all of you please go with this app. All of you requested to please go with this page, that link I already shared, aws.amazon.com, signin.aws.amazon.com. All of you reach to this page. All of you are going to reach to this page. Now, the thing is that mandatory requirement to register with AWS, that is, you must need to use an international debit or credit card. So how many of you have now international debit or credit card? If you have these things, then you can able to access it. You can able to register with this cloud service. So now, are you interested to register with AWS? So it's not deduct any, it just deducted 2 rupees for registrations, for verifications, and after completion of registrations and verification, it will return this 2 rupees amount. So it will not charge. Don't be panicked about that. It may be deducted wrongly the some amount. It's not. So how many of you able to register now with this AWS account? How many of you have a credit and debit card at that moment and able to follow the process? But actually, I show you. Yes, let me know how many of you have. Just write down in the chat window. Uh, yeah, Sujoy, what are your questions? You raise your hand. Ask me.
No, sir. I'm able to register now.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So follow the process and complete the thing. So I think rest of the students also able to go with the same and complete the process, right? So if you're not, then okay, so the thing is that here you have options. Create a AWS account. Go with this option, that is the create a AWS account. Okay, if anyone don't have an international credit or debit card, that not a issue. You are not able to. You may follow the steps later of this latter part of the day, and make sure you can able to register it by. Yes, if a number of students don't have a international debit or credit card at that moment, no issue. You may do it later, but you can't able to access AWS account. That is the biggest problem for you. So follow the steps, and in whenever you have a issue, means whenever you have a international debit or credit card, that's not necessary that your international credit or debit card is required. So that is a totally different things. Recordings are actually totally depends upon particular we means particular communication is already completed between the pupils. I also at that moment I don't able to share the all the steps. I just show the process how you go with, right. Because means I already have an account. I can't able to create a second account. I just ask you the steps. It's very simple. How you register with the Gmail, how you register with the any other account. The same way you can able to register it. Not a issue here, right? So the thing is that go with this create a new AWS account, and then filled up your credentials. Here you need to write your credentials. So you need to write your email ID. Suppose I am writing here. And this email ID I am writing here. I'm writing here email. So just write down here anything and verify email ID. Just go with that. So whenever you verified with this, you got a mail into your this mail ID. So whatever the mail ID you have, go with that mail ID, and you get one mail into your mail ID, and go with that mail ID, and one. So as I already have an account, so it's not allowed. So verification code is sent to you, and you need to write verification code and verify it. And then it's you need to go with the next process. You will need to put your card details, right? And after the card details, you can. So who have a account, just complete this process and ask me. If you need a go with the next steps, I will provide the next instructions. Yes, anyone have just go with this process and complete it, because next step I don't proceed as I already have an existing account. So it's already shared with me that you already have an account. We don't process. So who just go with the things and put here your verification code and verify it. and wait for the next option. Okay, so is it okay? How many of you are able to proceed with this?
Will use in the AWS account name.
Yeah.
Sir, what
Yes.
name we will use in the AWS account name?
Repeat, please.
Sir, AWS account name. What we
Yeah,
will
so
use?
whatever you want, your directly your choice. Whatever you want to provide your name, so how particular name you want to use your account, that things you need to write there.
I can use my name also, right?
Yeah, your name. So whenever you complete this process, I wait here 10 to 15 minutes. Sorry, not 10 to 15 minutes. We wait here next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm here if you follow the process. If anyone have any issue with the steps, ask me. I will guide you. After the completion of the process, inform me whenever it's done. So I think it's a take a more not more than 5 minutes. I am waiting here. Please complete the process and ask me whenever it's done. Okay, so so someone writing that it's done. So is it your thing is verified? Means your card amount is deducted, or it's you just able to create it. So after this verifications, you need to go with your card details and all. Is it completed? So the next thing is that let's
Hello,
go to
sir.
the next step.
Hello,
Yeah,
hello. So it's coming like how do you plan to use the AWS, like business or personal?
personal,
Personal,
personal.
personal, personal. Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Sir, it's showing me that credit card information is not valid or is an unsupported type, but my card is
Uh,
valid.
is it a national credit card or international?
National credit, national.
Yeah, so you need to use an international credit or debit card. Rupee card are almost also allowed.
Okay, sir. Then I am not able to do this, sir.
Just do it later because you have an if you may use your friend's credit or debit card. You may use your parents' credit card or debit card. Not mandatory to use your own, right?
Okay, sir.
So I wait here another 2 minutes. Hopefully within that, lots of people are able to complete this process. Now, after registrations, you need to go with this root users options you need to choose. And here you need to write your mail ID. And you need to log in with your account. So this way you can able to log in with your account. So how many of you are able to log in with your account? Are you all able to log in with this account? Please confirm if one or two of you, how many of you are able to log in with this or not?
No, sir.
Yeah,
I am not able.
what is the issue?
The card problem, sir. International card.
Okay, okay. So you may check it later and go with that.
Okay, sir.
So how many of you there have an account now?
I'm just I'm doing on my way.
Okay, so we wait for another 2 to 5 minutes. We'll start shortly.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
So can I just share my screen and then
yeah. You may share your screen.
just put it as so you can see my screen, right?
No. Yes. Yes. Yeah, basic,
So it's
basic.
like basic support, right?
Yeah, basic.
It's done, right?
Go to AWS Management Console. Sign in the console. Select your role. Yeah, provide your mail ID. Yeah. So you able to access AWS account. So this is the your EC2 AWS dashboard, right?
So now what I
Okay. Next step I will show you what actually you need to do. Just wait. I wait for others to complete it. Again, I'm going to share my screen. So you are reached to this page. This is actually a home page, and you got here the service option. So we wait for another 2 minutes. Anyone else want to? Anyone else have any issue with this account creation process? Some of you raise your hand. You may ask directly. No issue. So hopefully all of you are able to complete your registration process. So let's discuss about this AWS Cloud Dashboard. So if you go with this AWS Cloud Dashboard, in this AWS Cloud Dashboard, you have a number of options. Like I think my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so in this dashboard, what are the options we have? Number one, you may check there is a list of services that provided by AWS. These are listed here. And each of the services, AWS also have some microservices. Like if we go with the things, computing services, there is a list of microservices are listed here and listed here. So list of microservices are there. These all are the microservices relevant to compute. So this is the one thing. So what are the services AWS provide that is listed here? Next is that AWS have both the support. This is the graphical user interface as well as you may go with the command prompt. Cloud shell is there. Using that, you may able to write a code, and you can able to write a command, and you can able to execute all the services. Here, this one actually things about support. If you want to raise any complaint, any issue, or anything, you want to send the information to AWS, you may send through the support options. You need to generate a token, and it's definitely support you immediately. The thing is that AWS, we know that cloud. So, what kind of meaning of cloud? Is it a totally a virtual? It hosting somewhere throughout the world. So, these are the data centers from where AWS hosts the services. These are the data centers. So, if you check in India, there is a Mumbai location from where they host the services. So as we are all from India, it's better if we choose a Mumbai as a service location. So So we can easily access the services or less latency is there. But we may use any locations, no issue, but preferably we go with this Mumbai. Okay, we may go with the default one. This is clear hosting from US is not Virginia. This is a data center existing here and from where we getting the service.
Hello,
You
sir.
may change, yes.
Sir, my one is coming like global and not changing at all.
Yeah, I mean, global means this actually your service is not activated yet. It will activate it shortly, and they assign your options. And if you go with the home screen, then actually it may be happen. But within the few days, you just started it, so it's not activated properly. It will activate shortly. And next thing is that here you have a account details, your organization's details, and billing dashboard. That's a very important. You always need to track your bill. Is there any existing bills or you need to pay any bill or not? You get into this location. So these all are the AWS based basic informations I shared. Now, as we want to explore cloud based services, first options what we prefer, we want to create a cloud based computer. So the question is that how we create a cloud-based computer that actually we're going to explore. So go with the service option, then go with the compute option, and then go with the EC2. There's a list of cloud-based microservices are there. We go with this EC2. So Elastic Computing Cloud. Now go with the things. So when we want to create a cloud-based services,
হ্যালো স্যার,
then yeah,
স্যার স্ক্রিনটা দেখাচ্ছে না আপনার।
স্ক্রিন দেখাচ্ছে না, আমার মনে হয়
না।
দেখাচ্ছে। তুমি ওই দেখো ওই লিস্টের মধ্যে একটা এক্সপ্যান্ড করা যায়, একটা ছোট উইন্ডো গুলোতে রয়েছে, ওটাকে তুমি ক্লিক করো, ডবল ক্লিক করো, এনলার্জ বড় হয়ে যাবে। স্ক্রিন অলরেডি রয়েছে আশা করি। আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি যে স্ক্রিন শেয়ার হয়েছে, কারণ আমি সেকেন্ড ডিভাইসে কাজ করছি। তো দেখো স্ক্রিন দেখতে পাবে, দেখো এই লিস্টের মধ্যে অনেক মানে অনেকের মধ্যে রয়েছে আর কি, হয়তো
হ্যাঁ
স্ক্রিনটা
স্যার,
জুম।
হয়েছে হয়েছে এতক্ষণ।
So here we have a services like we want to create a virtual computer. For that, we go with the Elastic Computing Cloud EC2. Now, to create a virtual computer, what are the things we require? What are the components of a physical computer? Can you tell me? So, what are the parts of physical computer? Can you tell me? What are the things required to activate a computer? Anyone?
Say input device, output device.
Yeah. So, CPU storage is fine, but what are the hard software we require? Obviously, we need some operating systems, CPU, storage, hardware. So let's go with this option. So we're going to launch a computer. So go with this option and click on this launch instance option. So who already registered, please confirm. Are you able to go with these options and able to manage this? Yes, let me know. All of you got these options?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we are going to create a computer. To create a computer, first provide my computer name, my virtual PC. Right. Suppose I write this name. You may write any name here, no issue. That's not a mandatory to write this name, same name. Right. Now, after that, particular operating system we are going to use, that things we need to select this operating systems.
Sir, can you present the screen because it is not presented?
Yeah, can.
Your screen is not presented if you are presenting. Like
Screen is not presented. No, it's
Screen
presented
is
actually.
presented, find it out and pin it to your screen.
no, it is not coming up here.
It's not coming.
No, I in my window it is not coming.
Let's check again.
You are visible.
Yeah. I again reshare the screen. It may be solve the issue if
Yes,
someone not
yes, sir.
able to check.
Yes, sir. Now it is coming.
Yeah. Right. So the thing is that now we are going to select our operating systems for our computer. So what is the operating computers we want to use? It may be a Windows, it may be a Linux. So what are the operating systems we have? So this is the list of operating systems that is there. If we go with the browse options and we get here list of operating systems. Right, these are the options AWS provides us to use. Right, if you want to go with the Amazon Linux, so Linux, and not only that, the one versions, there's a lots of options are there. And one thing you find out, this is named as the AMI. Meaning of AMI, this Amazon machine image. Actually, when we going to install operating system into our computer, it maybe take 20 to 30 minutes. But it's a cloud-based system. If we wait for 20 to 30 minutes, it's not good for us. So here we need to use image of a operating system that help you to install in a very first way. Amazon machine image. There's a Linux and various types of Linux with a different like this kernel 5.0, 4.14, different versions are there. Whatever you have your requirement, you may, so different configuration details are also there. So not only single one, different configured operating systems are available, and you also have options for this Macintosh OS also. Red Hat is there, SUSE Linux is there, Ubuntu is there, Windows there, different versions are there. Debian is there, AWS Linux also have. So list of operating systems options are there. Out of that, you may choose any of the operating systems if you need. So for first time, we're going to choose Windows operating system. And so here we have this Windows Server 2019 base. We select it. After selecting it, next we go for after operating system, we need to choose CPU. So when we go with the CPU, we also find that number of types of CPUs are there. N number of CPUs, and they have a number of configurations are there, but we are basically use this free tier eligible things, T2.micro, one virtual CPU is here, architecture 86, memory 1 GB, there's a RAM 1 GB, and storage we may able to add. So we select this one and go for next. Next, we already select the software and hardware, but this configuration actually hosted into a remote space or cloud space. So how we connect with this remote device? For that, to authenticate, we need to create a key pair. So click on this create a new key pair and provide here some name. Suppose we are writing here key pair 1. And these are two kind of extensions are there, 50 encrypted message, 50 private key. We go with the create key option. And whenever it's a key pair is created, it automatically downloaded into your computer, this key pair. Now, all rest of the things we go with the default. And here hard disk is 30 GB. And we're going to create a launch instance. So everyone ensure that all of you able to follow this thing and complete this process. Are you all able to complete this thing? After completing this process, so we able to create virtual machine into cloud space. Now, if we want to go with view all instances options, we need to go with the view all instances options, and we find out one virtual machine is ready. So everyone, you confirm you able to process with this state. Okay, are you all able to follow it? Will I be able to do? So someone writing some questions. Let me check. Deep pressure student account. Deep pressure. Do you have a deep pressure account? Do you have that account? Deep pressure is the one service. AWS service is there. This actually for a part of a deep pressure. Actually, part of a machine learning tool. Within this machine learning tool, so driverless vehicle microservices there in AWS. There's a deep pressure. Do you have that account? This microservice access.
No, but I have got an invitation for making that account.
Okay, then they maybe provide you invitation. but that also you need to go with the same process. You need to verify using this AWS means this international debit card or credit card also required for that also. It's not a that it may be invited, but you need to go with that. Depressor account actually lots of charges are applicable. First for 10 hours, if they provide a free service. After that, there actually a service charge is there for every hour. 3 point, I think it's almost $4 per hour. Depressor service charge, right? And to properly execute depressor service, you need to purchase a device, depressor card, right? That also I think $200 approx price. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the
If you
information.
go with this, you ask the thing service that is this one. I just show you. So go with the machine learning option, and within that there is the option like the Amazon deep research. So just find out where is deep research. Uh, deep research. Yes, this is actually a deep research. And this deep research actually you need to purchase this device, right? CVO. The thing is that these are the charges that actually you need to pay for 0.023 per GB and 3.50, almost $4, right? So this is the charge you need to pay. It's not a free, right? So this is a different service. So let's go with our
Thank you.
okay. Sorry, it's actually price increases. It's 200 is actually this one, but actual depressor device charge is $598, right? So all of you able to manage this, able to create a virtual machine. We already created. Now we want to access this virtual machine. So to access virtual machine, click on this connect button and go with the RDP options and click on this generate get password. So here we need to wait 4 minutes to generate a password.
So can you share this recording to us in the
Recording, I don't able to say anything on that. It is actually a totally uh, administrators or what particular things going on, I don't know. If possible, I think that will be shared, but I don't aware about this. So we need to wait here. We wait another 2 minutes. Yeah. It's already mentioned. Wait 4 minutes again. We need to wait, I think, another 2 minutes. Then we can log in. Okay. I wait here another 1 minute. If it's not work, we totally delete this one to create a new instance. Okay, so maybe due to some reason it's not starting. Okay, do one thing. Maybe take it longer than usual 4 minutes of time. In the meantime, if you have any anecdotes to start. Right, taking time, we rebooting it to check it whether it will start or not. Okay, might we have a problem with this? So we create it again. Again, repeat the state. Select your window. Select the existing one, and we are creating it. The very first step, and it will very quickly. It's in pending state. Until it's reached starting point, we don't able to go with this. AWS may take a longer than it's to be predicted. Now it's running conditions. From now, it's maybe take a 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So maybe some of the times time consuming. So again, it asking for 4 minutes wait. You need to download this RTP client first. This is the RTP client. Using that, you can able to log in with our account.
Sir, can you speak louder? Your voice is too low.
Voice is too low.
Yes, sir.
Is it for everyone or it's for you only? Just check it.
Yes, sir, your voice is very low.
Okay, okay. So then I will check this from my end. Is there any possibilities to make it? Yeah. Now is it okay or I was saying?
Yes, sir, it is better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's say now. Yeah. So we got these options for browsing. So we put here this EM extension file, whatever the key here we downloaded, and we decrypt this password and we receive a password. Copy this password and open RDP client. Paste password, open. So this actually our virtual computer. So the computer what actually open now is a virtual computer. So you can access this computer for you from your mobile also anywhere around the world using any device. You can able to log. Is it clear? It's look like the same computer, but it's not actually a physical one. So if you go with this backside, this one actually my physical computer, and this one actually my virtual. So this is actually a cloud-based virtual. Do you understand this thing? This is a virtual computer, but it have all the functionalities as a physical one. This is not a computer; it also a server, right? This is actually a specialty of AWS, any cloud computer that you can easily create a virtual machine and you can able to host the services. So who already have an account, please try to create it. Is it done? Please inform me. If you're not able to create it, please ask me where you live.
Sir, I was lost in key pair. I wrote key pair, but I'm not getting it.
Yeah, lots of background noise are coming. And means you are not able to find out your key pair, right? That actually your issue. So search
Yes.
into your computer. So actually, if you go with your EC2 dashboard,
Can I share my screen and you just type?
just go with this. Select your this is your, and if you scroll it, you find out your key pair name. This locations. So this is a key pair name is listed here. So find out your key pair name here from these locations and search into your computer that name, and I think you can easily find out it. Is it clear?
Sir, I'm not getting that key pair.
Not okay. Share your screen.
Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Sir, I'm just what I'll choose in the I created test and I went to Windows Then instant type.
Yes.
What are you choosing the instant type? Like
Okay, this one. Okay, no issue.
key pair. What I wrote. Key pair one is not. I'm not getting key pair.
Create key pair. Create key pair.
Oh, create
Write down some name. Any name you may write it.
any. So now what I have to do?
Now launch instance.
So now
Now go with the EC2 dashboard. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, click on instance options. Instance. Second one. No. Back again and go with the instance option. Instance. EC2 dashboard, yes. Second, there is a running instance options. Instance. Click on these instances. No instance is there.
so instance list is created.
Okay, it's created already, right? So now call it. It's the name of your peer is the key peer one. Now go with the connect options. Top of that, connect options is here.
Launch instances. No connect one. Sorry. Then decline.
Scroll down, download this RDP.
Okay, so I'm waiting.
Yeah. So I am waiting here for a few minutes. So whenever it's done, please inform me. We proceed with the next part.
I got the password.
Okay, and now paste it into this RDP.
So wait, I'll just share my screen. So now what I have to do? like browse.
Yeah. Do you got a password?
Yes, yes.
So you don't never, if you already have a password, then you don't need to browse. If you just copy this password and put it into RDP,
Wait, sir. I will- Sir, I'm not getting.
share your screen again. Yeah, you need to browse. Actually, you don't get a password. Now you need to browse it and put your key pair name. Where actually you downloaded your key pair name. Decrypt password options. Now scroll down it. You get a password. Copy this password and open this RDP. Connect. Paste it here. Click on OK. Yes. Okay. So your virtual machine now open.
Sir, why we are doing this? Actually, I don't know why we are doing this. Can you
Which
explain?
one? Which one?
Like this one, that why we are creating an instance, then server. That why we are doing this?
Means why you create this virtual computer?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So what is the requirement of a cloud computer? So we are learning a cloud computing. So this is the first point. How create a cloud computer? So this computer is actually a cloud computer. Is not a physical computer. That is the first point. And suppose in this case you have a computers and you can able to access this virtual machine. But
Okay, sir.
you may go with that. Suppose you don't have a computer and you need to solve the you need to access a computer related task you need to solve. You have a one mobile phone. So you may also go with the same process from your mobile phone and you can able to access your computer. So from mobile phone, you can able to access this virtual machine. So that actually advantage. So it may be a very in this case we are using a very basic computer. We may go with a very advanced computer that maybe have a good higher GPU and all. And the thing is that you virtually access this high configured computer without investing actual hardware cost. Right. This is the Windows Server 2019. That machine you got created now. If you don't have a cloud space, if you want to host a Windows Server 2019, hardware cost is almost 80,000 and this server operating system also costs around 10 to 20. So to experience this virtual server 2019, you need to pay or invest at least need 80 to 90,000. But here, using AWS, we need to pay very less cost, less amount of charges. How long we are using, that much charge I need to pay. Do you understand? So why we go with this virtual machines.
Got it. Sir, like we can use everything like here, like Windows and Microsoft Word. We can use everything here, right?
Exactly, everything.
Or we need to download the like Windows Word or Microsoft Word.
No, Microsoft Word, Windows Word, there's actually different things. This is the software you need to install separately most of the cases.
Okay, so right.
But the main thing is that suppose if you want to install the software, so if you explore this cloud, there is a number of softwares we can also able to add, right?
Got
So
it.
in your machines, if you want, you can able to add that software. Now I ask everyone, please shut down, terminate this computer and retry to make this computer again. But this time we only go to server means computer options. Although we are creating Windows Server, but we are not access Windows Server or we are not work with Windows server configurations. Actually, next target is that we want to host a web page into this Windows Server. So we want to host uh, we want to host a web page using this Windows Server. So how we host it, that thing we will learn. So the thing is that if we want to use this server, if we want to configure this server, this computer, whatever we create, we may configure it. But one major problem we face, we cannot able to access HTTP protocol as we are not mentioned as a rule of a HTTP protocol. So that things we are going to do. Next, what we do, we go with this HTTP protocol means we want to add this protocols to this server and then we treat it as a server. So the thing is that how we proceed with that, how we create it as a server. So now first we show how we create a server. Next, go with that. So again, I share my screen. So that actually my computers. Within this computer, we want to host as a server. So I go with this server manager, click on that. And go with this tools options, manage options, add roles and features. Okay, it takes some time to start it, manage and roles and features. So we need to wait here 2 minutes to start it. So it takes time to appear. So now within this server, we want to add web server that is a IIS server. So we select a IIS server features and we are going to install it.
Can you repeat what you did?
Okay, I will repeat. But I need to wait here until it's installed. I will not able to do anything. It maybe take some time. Now it's successfully installed. Now after successful install, so our hardware is configured and this server is now ready. So we want to host some pages. So where we host, we go with this. Okay, I repeat this process again. So first thing is that after creating this, you need to go with this server manager. After this server manager, we need to go with the tools options. Sorry, manage options, add roles and features options. So are you able to follow? You need to go with the this options, add roles and features. Then go with the next role based features, then confirm your IPs. Then you need to select here web server. This one. Is it okay? And add features. Is it clear? IIS, the basic web server, that things that actually we are going to install soon. Is it clear? Are you able to go with that? Just confirm or
So
may I
it's
need?
like IIS server, right?
Yeah,
Web server IIS.
yeah. Select it and add roles and features, and then go with the next two options and then install button.
So it's installing.
It's done. So after
So
doing
it's
that,
installing.
installing. Okay, okay. So whenever installation done, you need to go with this PC, C drive, inet pub options. Within that www root, and this actually a root directory. So we waiting here for 5 minutes for your installation process. So inform me whenever it's done. You
Hello.
are you yes,
So
yes.
it's showing installation succeed.
Okay, so you get this two page and you get this things. Now the question is that we
Should
server
I
we
close that?
no issue. So the thing is that now server is configured, but the main thing is that we are when we create at that time we are not allowed HTTP to access via web. So what we do, we just make this accessible from websites. So we need to include in security group HTTP server. So for that we are going to this HTTP options and we configure inbound and outbound traffic, edit inbound rules, and here only RDP is there. As we want to now want to go with the HTTP, we add here HTTP also. As we want to treat as a web server, and we want to access it from anywhere, and we go with this save rules. Now, what happened in our EC2 dashboard? If we go with our EC2 dashboard, this is the EC2 dashboard, we have a public IP address. So if we go with this, we have a public IP address. If we select it, we got a public IP address. We copy it, and if we paste it into web browser, we can easily reach to this our web browser, so our server. So let's check. Yes. So this actually appear default web server. So this actually hosting from our site. I share this link with you
Should I
also.
just
Uh, I also shared the link with you also. Uh, just I share this link. You also get the same page. So as it's a web server, so you also get the same, and it's a global server, and you also get the same information. Right? Check it.
can you repeat from the security part?
Okay, okay. So go with your security groups. And so what happened when we create this instance, at that time we never think about that is we are going to make a server. We are just want to make a web computer. So now we want to make server. So what we need to do, we need to, so if it's a server, it must have a HTTP support. So what we do, we go with the security sections and go with the security groups. Is it okay? Security section. So do you got this page? So I again repeat it. Go with the EC2 dashboard, running instance, and you need to select your instance and go with the security group options you receive here. Just check it. You got this page on.
HTTP.
No, you got this page?
No, sir, I went to the inbound rules, RDP, and
Okay,
then
okay, then
STP,
fine. Yeah, then you need to
then
add a
save
HTTP.
rules.
Yeah, save rules. Exactly, exactly. Fine.
So it's asking for CIRD block.
No, not CIRD blocks. Just I repeat the things. Go with this options. And when you're going to edit inbound and outbound rule, edit inbound is so how it's coming data inbound. So here, rather than selecting custom, you need to select a anywhere IPv4 and write here all traffic that is 0.0.0.0/0. Then it will never ask for that. Save it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir, now it's okay.
Save rules. Okay, I already saved this rule, so I will not require again. So now if you check your copy your public IP address and paste it into your web browser, you also able to get the same page. Check it. Are you got this page?
I'll use yours and I'll use mine.
Yeah.
So which IP address I will use? Yours or mine?
Whatever you need to if you want to check your configuration, is it okay or not, you need to use your public IP address, right? So to get your IP address, you need to go with your EC2 dashboard, and from here you get your IP address. So this public IP address you need to consider your public IP address.
So it's telling your IP, your site cannot be used.
Site cannot be reached. Can you share your screen? Let me check.
So can you see my screen?
Yeah. So go with your instance ID, EC2 dashboard. Do you put your public IP address? Your private one. Copy public IP address. Go with the network options. Yeah, copy the public, not private one. This one is a private one. This one is a private, not this one. Public one you need to copy. Check it, it's written private, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
This one is a public. Yes, copy this one and check it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now, again, next, that is actually a default page we are actually showing. Now, if I write our code into this space, that code should be appear. So here we are going to create a simple notepad, HTML page by notepad. So just going to write here. And here we write a simple HTML code. Header tag we add here. We end with HTML. So this simple HTML code we write in here. And we save into this root directory where this PC, C drive, inetpub, www root. And we need to save it using, suppose, index.html. If you save it using this index.html command, if we able to save it, what happened here? One index page appear. Now, if we go with our web page again and refresh it, whatever we write, that is now available. And not only me, I shared my mail ID, my IP address, this server IP address with you. You may check these things. You also get the same information.
Hello, sir. Can you just show me the HTML code?
Okay. This basic.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, where I'll save it?
Yes.
Sir, where I will save it, right? Like file, save as.
Yeah. File, save as.
Save as this PC.
I'm
Then
showing
C
the
drive,
path.
right?
This
C
actually,
drive.
this actually the
C drive,
path.
inetpub, then
Yeah.
www.root, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's showing, it's blank. So I'll just,
Showing blank.
yeah, sir, it's blank.
It's done. So share your IP address into chat. I also need to check is it working or not.
So
Public
just wait
IP
a
address.
second.
Okay.
Local disk C, then inetpub. It's at www.root, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just save as .html, right?
Yeah. Index. Write down the name index. Then it's the default one. Then dot
Index.html, right? Yes, I saw it.
So if I hit on that, that is actually available to me also. So anyone, if you they are globally available. Okay. Right. So all of you request I give you another 2 to 5 minutes time. Rest of the students to complete this process. If you haven't, so this way we can easily host a web page. So not only this, if we want to host, suppose I go with some templates. So let's check I have any template with me or not, and I want to host it. Suppose. If we have some template, so this actually some websites are there. I don't know what are the things are there, so I just copy it and paste it into this location. So there is a way copying files from my physical computer to this virtual computers. So now what happened after doing that? If we again uh, try to go with this page, so that appears a complete web page, right? So this is the web page we are hosting, and it's take a 5 to 10. I mean, there's a very simple sale. The complete website we can able to host into this cloud space now. So everything is there, right? We're fine.
So what you copied from there, I don't know.
Actually, what I copied, that is, you need to visit the site, any of the site, write down here free HTML templates, right? Free HTML templates. Suppose you write. So what happens? Free HTML templates. There is a list of free CSS templates are there. You may download it. You may download it. Anyone, you may go with the download it, download and unzip it and put that file into this root directory, and it's work fine. Is it clear? Check it.
So wait, I'm just sir, I can download anyone, right?
Yeah, anyway.
Education courses. Then download. What is open? Can you post? Sir, I'm just sharing my screen.
Yeah. Download.
Sir, what is coming like this?
Yeah, what is?
Sir, can you see my screen?
Yeah, unzip it into some location.
Sir, how to do that?
Just extract to options.
Then, sir,
Yeah, just a moment. It's yeah, just extract to, just okay. Click on OK and remember the location where you actually extracted.
sis, see, right? Okay. So it's done or what?
Now, whatever the file you extracted, copy that file into your virtual machine, C drive.
So this one.
No, no, not zip one, unzipped one. Where you unzipped it, that folder. You will not find out the page. Unzip files.
So wait, I'll just.
Create a new folder. Wait. Create a new folder and put it into that. Otherwise, it's very difficult to connect it.
Sir, I did in there. So
Yeah, as it's not in a folder, so it's actually problematic. You can't able to find out separately in a list. So you need to say. So you what you need to do, you need to unzip it into a folder. Otherwise, it happens because you can't able to copy this whole.
here I can do so. New
Create a
folder.
folder options, new folder. Yes, so within that you need to save it. Not write down CSS, write down something else. Not save it as a CSS. Add some. Yeah. Now click on OK.
So now where I
Now go in this folder where you unzip it. I think within download, within document.
this one.
Yeah, this one. So copy all the things. Control A, Control C, and paste into your virtual machines. C drive, iNet file.
Yes, yes.
www. Here, paste it. Triplets. So now if you go with your web page, that is actually coming. Right. Pages are coming. That is your page. Right? So do you understand the things how we host a web page? So instead of using this free template, you may create your own templates and host a web page. That also be possible. Anyone have any
So
questions
how
regarding?
a template?
Yeah. Yeah.
How can we make a template, sir?
Means difference means
How can we make a template, right? How can we make a
I don't understand. Repeat. How can you difference?
No, sir, how can you make a template? How we can make a
Template. If you want to make a template, then you need to know about HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are the language you need to learn, and then you can able to create a template.
Okay, sir.
Right. Web design and development. If you go with that, and then you can able to create your own template. So this actually are things you need to go with, and this way you can easily host a website. Anyone else have any issue, or only one student actually deploying it? What about the others? Anyone else have any query? All of you able to follow it? Yes or no? Anyone? Only one student is able to complete it. How many of you have now? Let's know. How many of you have a this AWS account now? Let me know. And how many of you are able to follow this class? Yeah, please respond everyone. Almost 36 students are there. So we need to calculate how many out of that, how many students able to implement it, because only one student shared their IP address. What about the others? So how many of you have a account now? Please respond. Please respond everyone. Okay, not created the account. One of you writing that I followed, but not network issues. I missed something, so don't create the account. So if you're not able to create the account, then anyone is there other than Rauna who have an account? Yes or no? Okay, no one. I think at the time of creation account, two or three students have responded. Yes, they are going to creating it. So at the end, only one student is able to complete it. All okay. So at least one student is able to complete it. He will guide you when you have an account. And by next class, I request all of you try to arrange one account, then you can able to follow the things properly, right? So the most important thing is that AWS everything is chargeable. So although they inform you that they are not charged for first 1 year, but this fee eligible limit is there. And if they understand it, you were using this service commercially, they definitely charged. So, but actually, a good practice, whatever the service you started, you need to terminate it immediately. So, when you go with these options, this EC2 instance, you get three options when you go to instance state: stop, reboot, terminate. This stop instance means you need to shut down your computer. Reboot means restart, or terminate means totally delete. If your computer in stop mode, then obviously it will acquire a less charge. If your computer in terminate mode, it's not acquire any charge. So it's always recommended you please terminate your instance or any services you off throughout the sessions. Please terminate it. Just click on this terminate button and click on this terminate options. Otherwise, this acquire charges. And until it's going to be shutting down, you need to wait. So please confirm everyone who actually start this service, you shutting down it. So process of shutting down, go with this instance option and click on this terminate options, and then as per your prompt, you need to select terminate options. Right, these are the mandatory things. If you don't follow it, it may be acquired charges. So every day, end of the sessions, you need to go with this options, billing dashboard, and check is there any charges applied for your implementation, for your practice or not. If it's charged, you take immediate action and stop that service. If it's not charged, then fine. Okay. This is actually AWS billing dashboard. Some of you asking that, sir, at last cloud, could you please share today's recording in the WhatsApp group? We could not create the account, so afterwards so we can watch the video to perform the steps. Yeah, the thing is that that actually it's not in my hand. I obviously forward this requirement to admin team. They may take a important step and may be shared, but we can't able to assure that thing, right? So basically, one cloud-based services we discuss, so always go with the billing dashboard and check it. Is there existing any? So in my case, it's a $0.33 is charged. So you need to understand if any charges for you also applied or not. And it also shared the thing for what
So
they
it's showing
charging.
that. So it's showing is terminated and
Okay, then it's fine. And you always need to check these things. This is the billing dashboard. And if you have any existing bill, then obviously take decisions and stop this service. Now the
just
thing is
wait.
that, yeah,
Sir, I'll just show what.
yeah, any questions?
So can you just see my screen?
Okay.
I just
You-
went to the billing dashboard and
Yeah, so you don't have anything to showcase. There's a no, as you start today, it may be reflect if there are any charges, it may be take a 24 to 48 hours to reflect into your screen. So don't worry, wait for, and whatever task you implemented for that, AWS never charge. if you delete it, if you make this EC2 instance on state for a week, then definitely they will start charging you. Otherwise, for instance creation practice purpose, they never charged. Right? There is a no existing bills are there in your case. Right. Bill generally created monthly basis. Right. So don't worry. And the thing is that in billing, so another thing is that credits. So if you attend any AWS event, and then you got this credits, so you may attend AWS event and you can able to redeem credits and you get a access to AWS services. Right, that also be possible. So that's all from my side. If you have any queries and questions, definitely ask me. I'm here for next 10 to 15 minutes. That's for question your questions, and then we join next up. Is there any question? Is it okay, everyone?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, it's clear. So
So if you can share this video, you can ask your admin to donate.
I discussed regarding this matter with our admin
Okay.
team.
Okay,
No,
okay.
okay. So I recommend that for next class, every try to arrange the accounts better. So I think second half you have a class from 2. We join again. But if you we wait another 10 minutes is there in our hand. If you start any topic, we can't able to complete it. So we are waiting here for 10 minutes. If you have a question, ask. Sir, will you take attendance first half or second half? We will take attendance second half, hopefully. Both attendance will take. So which sir is there? Sir is there who actually may take attendance. So, Mixer, are you there? Maybe we'll take attendance the next half. We check it.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, well, like many of us are not having this international credit debit card, and appealing it to the bank will also take some time. I think it will take more than 2 days, just 2 days. So we are just literally sitting for 6 hours doing nothing, just staring at some video and not even getting to understand what is going on. So I think as a teacher, you will realize that what kind of a waste of time this could be for a student to just waste 6 hours, especially in the morning. So I think it will be better for both sides to just give the attendance for the next 3 sessions. I think we will be having, including the 2 halves, or I guess 5 sessions, including the 2 halves. So I think it will be very preferable to give the attendance to the students who might think that they will not be able to get that debit card access, international debit card. First of all, having personal or having parents debit card is quite a great opportunity, but like any other people, why would they share some sensible information of a debit card or a credit card to me or to us? Like a CVV also we have to mention over there, as well as the cardholder name, cardholder number.
Yeah.
I think you are getting but my point.
Yeah. So I
So
understand that that actually it may be difficult for you to register in day one. Means I think it's almost so why we don't go with all the practical tasks at last few classes. We continue with some other theoretical and all the things we'll discuss. And now we are going to discuss this thing. So if you don't have this uh, account, I understand. So you may follow the steps. You may note down the thing. And in near future, when you are able to arrange these things, you may proceed with that. And pardon, I don't understand what about the attendance you want to inform me. Like, what is the attendance that you want?
yes, exactly. I just want the attendance to be done for now, and the recording should be shared later on so that we can really proceed with this thing and don't waste our time here just for the attendance.
No, no. The thing is that the thing is that if you want to go with the only recording based system, I think there is a no use. So means there is a lots of recording. Means if you only want to follow the recording, the thing is that you also understand the system, so how we proceed with the steps and what are the reasons behind it.
So, sir, what are the solution do you give? Like we don't have an account and not like that we are getting it just after 1 hour or 2 hours,
The
so
thing
just
is
one day,
that
2 day. So either ways we have to follow the recording system only, or you can just take a just wait for every one of us to get our international card. I think that is not the ideal case. So give me a solution there, or
no,
give
that
us a solution.
one thing is that that is I am not an admin. I am just taking this one or two sessions here. So I don't have any authority to do anything. Number one point. Number two point is that the thing is that if no one joined the session, what is the use case of this sessions? Means blindly teaching is very difficult, right?
Yes,
So
sir,
you
but
may raise your questions every moment. So that's not an issue that you are not able to implement. You have to follow the steps and try to understand why we go with the steps. And if you have a question, raise your question. That actually are things. I think as a student view, I think this actually a number one point, right?
sir,
So
I
you
think, sir.
already
Okay, sir,
attend
I got your
number of
point.
classes,
Yes,
right?
sir, I
So
got your.
where you need to note down the things into your pen and paper. You may proceed. This is the ideal case actually should be. And then
Yes.
whenever you have all the things, then only go with your rest of the task, right?
Okay,
Means,
sir.
whenever
So
we learn the things, at that moment we also don't have a AWS account. We need to
uh,
note down it, and then after that we try it, right? That is the best case.
So, sir, it is either ways we are following the same method, the recording method. We are recording in pen and paper as well as the video.
So the thing is that students' attendance, obviously, so we don't go with this kind of things. If you are not present, we provide your attendance. This is the difficult things for us.
Yes, sir. So I am giving the here is a solution that every day around at the starting of the class or at the very end of the class at a fixed time, you take the attendance so that student do
No,
not
no,
waste
no.
their time. They
That
also
actually
get the
not.
attendance.
So that also be a not a. My view is I am not taking attendance actually, so I don't have any authority to do this thing because I am just taking a 2 or 3 sessions here, right? So who actually your teacher, Shovik sir, another sir is there who actually taking till now. So he actually take this attendance and all, and he only take the decisions, right? So, okay, so this time attendance obviously first up toward year, I noticed that number of students that attend this, we take a attendance both the halves, second half today, right?
Okay, sir.
Is it clear? Second half today,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
both the
So in
attendance.
the second half, like those who cannot make or those who just will prefer not to waste the time, say they rather come at the second half for the attendance, right?
The thing is that I understand your view and your point. Time is very important, but the thing is that I don't able to say anything on that matter, right?
Okay,
Because
okay, okay, sir.
I
Okay, sir.
don't have options, right?
Okay, I got it. So we have to just wait for Shovik, sir.
Yeah. So now we end the sessions here, and second half we again start the session, right? And 2 p.m. right? I think it was time. Okay, right.
Shall we all leave now?